Most portfolio do not underperform because of bad investment. They underperform because of bad asset allocation. If you get your asset allocation right, you can increase your net worth at a much faster rate without increasing your income or reducing your expenses. Now, what do you mean by asset allocation? Asset allocation is nothing but the percentage of allocation that you have for each asset class. Now, what do you mean by asset? Asset is anything that can give you a cash flow or increase in their value. There are only three kinds of assets. The first one is fixed asset class, where you lend money to someone else for a fixed interest. For example, fixed deposit or corporate bonds fall under fixed income. Even government schemes like NPS, PF also come under fixed income. The second asset class is ownership, where you own a piece of business or a complete business or even a real estate. So this asset class gives you regular income in terms of rent or a dividend and also capital appreciation. Third type of asset class is precious metals like gold and silver, where they only increase in value because of demand and supply. Even cryptocurrencies come under this asset class. Because of its features and characteristics, each asset grows at a different rate. And depending on how much of your net worth is invested in each asset class, your portfolio grows at 6% or 8% or 12%. Let's take a simple example. Let's say I'm Vimal and my portfolio value as of today is 1 crore. The first thing to do is to list down all the asset class that I have, and then in the next column find out the current value of each asset class. Let's say if I have a house of worth at 50 lakhs, I mentioned 50 lakhs against real estate. Similarly, I list down all the values for the each asset class, and when I divide my current value of real estate by my overall net worth, I get the percentage of allocation to real estate. So real estate is 50 lakhs, my net worth is 1 crore, so my allocation to real estate is 50 lakhs. In the second column, I mention the expected returns. So these are the returns for each of these asset class which they have given in the last 15 years. When I say 13% return for gold, it has increased to 13% because of its so much outperformance in the last 2 years. Ideally, it gives only less than 10% return. Now, when I multiply the percentage of allocation with the expected returns, I come up with a portfolio return, which is 8.1% for this portfolio. So now let's make a simple change in this asset allocation. So let's say I'm selling some of my real estate properties and getting the 40 lakhs from that and moving it into mutual funds and stocks. Now my current asset allocation, real estate is only 10% and mutual funds has increased from 5% to 45%. Now if you look at because of my increased allocation to mutual funds, my overall portfolio return has gone up to 10.5%. So now, what are the benefits of good asset allocation? It gives you two benefits. First one is your net worth grows at a much faster rate. In terms of case one, my where portfolio return is 8%, my net worth will become 1 crore to 2 crore in 9 years. Whereas in second case, when my portfolio return became 10%, it will grow in 7 years itself. Second thing is, when you design your asset allocation consciously, you will have a peace of mind. Because asset allocation, before deciding asset allocation, you need to identify your liquidity or cash flow needs, also your risk appetite. Because different asset classes have different risk profile, and you need to understand your risk appetite before deciding how much to invest in which asset class. Now, how do we implement this in real life? Can do it in two ways. The first one is go ahead and then change your asset allocation basis your requirement of portfolio return and your risk appetite. Second thing is direct all your future investments according to that asset allocation. Because nobody decides to have a bad asset allocation. It all happens because we take one policy here, one policy there, and one investment there without having any policy for an asset allocation. I have attached this Excel of asset allocation in the comment section. You can download it and then use it for yourself.